looks like we could be starting Tuesday morning with some rain showers. Hopefully it's just rain showers. I can see it down there already raining. So it'll be here in a couple minutes. Cancel that. It's here already. Slapping pretty good on this side. I think if this continues, when the tide changes, comes up to high, I think there's a good chance it's going to be coming over this road. Or at least splashing over the road. Before, I think you might remember, before Irma, I decided just to have one car on the key. So I ended up taking the car, the Toyota, over to a friend's house to store it there because he's a little bit more inland and protected. So just came, picked up the car and go back. The car is a lot more comfortable, but it doesn't have the clearance that the Mini does. Its AC works a lot better though. Coming up. Guess next trip by here I'm gonna have to go the long way. I don't really feel like getting the car salted. Limited choice with my back to the wall. I'm not delirious. Feels like I'm going delirious. I'm not delirious. Listen, boy, I'm serious. You know, this whole hurricane thing. A lot of people, I'm sure, understand all the different aspects or parts of it. But if you think about it, most of the weather, if this is the US over here, the weather comes from the west to the east and goes around. West to east. That's how all the storms tend to come. Sometimes they go down and then over, but they always start in the west and they come to the east. But hurricanes start from Africa and go west, which is solely a summertime, this type of year phenomenon type thing. And I think it's called the African easterlies. And what happens is this hot, dry air over the Sahara Desert starts spinning around. And if you've ever been in a hay field or someplace like that, and you've seen little tornado type things, well, that hot air comes out, and because of this summer current, comes out and then hits with the really warm tropical air from the ocean. And of course, the warmer that ocean is, it starts making thunderstorms. And as these thunderstorms sort of collect together, they start to clump together and start their own rotations. Now, sometimes the winds come along up in the atmosphere and chop them apart, which is somewhat what's happening to Jose. And other times they just keep building and building, and they start forming larger and larger and larger areas, and then they start to move along. But they can only move along in these waters. The water actually, this is what I've read, to fuel a hurricane has to be at least 80 degrees, down to a depth of 150 feet. So if it's not that warm, that deep, it doesn't provide enough heat and moisture for the thing to grow. And that's why generally when they head up the coast and they get towards New England, they get less and less if they're out in the ocean, because New England has more of a colder water and they can't sustain themselves. So it's just a little bit about hurricanes if you didn't know. There's different little parts that, you know, you would not think, why does a hurricane come from the desert? Well, that's where they start. They all start in the Sahara with that dry air. Dry air mixes with the moist, thunderstorms, and then we all sit and go, no. 1, 2, and 3. All accounted for. Porch kitties are here.
I'm not delirious. Listen, boy, I'm serious. I'm not delirious. Feels like I'm going delirious. I'm not delirious. Listen, boy. Drippin', drip, drip, drippin'.
That little bit of rain you saw, that's actually coming from, believe it or not, that's coming from Jose. Now, Jose is way, way, way far away from here. But that's how big these tropical storms can be. They spread for ages out. So those are like little outer bands. So sort of give you, if you look at a map, where it is and perspective to where we are, really incredible. It's hot. Coffee. Just got back in, had to do some checking on some stuff. All's going well. There was some rumbles out in the Atlantic side, which are, you know, part of that whole Jose thing. But nothing ever came of it. Wouldn't bother me at all if we really got some real rain tonight. Nighttime rain, good. Daytime rain, not so good. Have things to do, but can't control it. So I've got a few more things to do for today, and I should be good. Hopefully I can get a walk in around the key later. We'll see. Okay, remember the fish finder? I still haven't heard anything from those guys in Spain. Probably never will. Oh well, would have been a great story.